Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to some more news regarding the 2020 calendar. Now, a couple of weeks ago, F1 bosses announced Mugello and Sochi as the next two destinations on this season's schedule, and following that news, rumours began to swirl that we could see yet more races added in Europe, with tracks including Hockenheim and Imola being put forward as likely destinations. On Thursday, though, Hockenheim officially announced that they would not be holding a race this year, citing concerns over finances and restrictions. But earlier today, F1 announced that we will have at least 3 more events in Europe, with races being held at the Nurburgring, Imola and Portimao. The Eiffel Grand Prix, as it will be known at the Nurburgring, will be held across the weekend of the 9th to 11th of October. Then it's the return of the Portuguese Grand Prix being held for the first time at Portimao, and that's on the 23rd to the 25th of October. And then it's on to Imola 1 week later across the weekend of the 31st of October to the 1st of November. At time of recording, there has been no official word on what will follow those races, but it is expected that we will see 2 races in Bahrain towards the end of November, with the season finishing in December in Abu Dhabi. It has, however, been confirmed that Formula 1 will not race in the Americas this year, meaning the races in the US, Brazil, Mexico and Canada have all been cancelled. And I think the reasons behind that are pretty obvious. But F1 have said that due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the local restrictions and the importance of keeping people safe, they will not be racing in the Americas this season. First of all, wow, what a calendar this is shaping up to be. I am constantly banging on about how much I'd love to see tracks like Imola back in Formula 1, and I'm so pleased that we're going to see the sport back there again. And yeah, I'll freely admit that this is more out of nostalgia than expecting a particularly great race. And of course, that's a concern of a lot of people, that the racing might not be very good given the nature of the track. And you know what? It could be incredibly dull, but then again, you just never know. It might not be that snooze fest that many are predicting, and we could end up with an absolute classic. I don't know a lot about Portimao, if I'm being honest, but from what a lot of you guys have told me, it could offer up a great race and the track does look seriously impressive. So I really hope that it can deliver on many people's expectations. But it is great to see the Portuguese Grand Prix name back in Formula 1. As for the Nurburgring, this will come as no great surprise, but I am so excited to see that one back. It would have been great to see Hockenheim hold a race, and don't get me wrong, it is a very good track, but I've always preferred and always loved the Nurburgring, and the Grand Prix circuit has more often than not thrown up some seriously great racing and some big memorable moments. Who can forget Marcus Winkelhock leading in 2007? That epic fight between Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, and one of my most hated moments, Michael Schumacher being wiped out of the race in 1997 thanks to contact between the two Jordans, which of course included brother Ralph. You can probably tell, but I am so excited to see Imola back and Portimao get its chance, but the return of the Nürburgring is the one that has got me massively hyped. What I will add though is that racing at the Nürburgring will be, shall we say, interesting in October. Now, I'm no expert on German weather, so I'll have to defer to the apps for this one. And according to weatherandclimate.com, the average temperature for October is just 10 degrees Celsius, with a high average rainfall of 128 millimetres across the month. So basically, wet and cold. Like I say, could make things very interesting. I do actually also want to say that the addition of all these European rounds is very telling in my opinion, and I did say this on Twitter on Thursday. I feel like there is almost an acceptance from F1 bosses that they won't be able to do all the flyaway races they'd hope to do. Although there are actually some reports out there saying that F1 bosses are still hopeful of holding at least one race in Asia this year, with Hanoi and Sepang both possibilities. Yes, please to Sepang. How amazing would it be to see the Malaysian Grand Prix back on the calendar? I love that racetrack. One of the very few that Herman Tilke has got spot on. But back to my earlier point about F1's acceptance of the situation. Given that the race itself at Imola is being held on the 1st of November, that might well be the case. There would likely need to be a week off after the race if they were to do any flyaways, and that would take them to the 15th of November. The 2 races in Bahrain had allegedly been penciled in for the 29th of November and the 6th of December, with Abu Dhabi rounding off the season on December 13th. However, I can see them bringing Bahrain forward to the 15th if necessary, and then have that second race there on the 22nd. Because then they can have a week off and then finish the season as originally planned on December 6th in Abu Dhabi. And that would still give us 16 races overall this season. Now, that is obviously total speculation and nothing has been confirmed aside from those 3 European races. But I don't actually believe for once that my thinking there is all that wild, and to be honest, if that were to happen, I feel like it's the best solution for all. We still get a strong season in terms of the number of races, and teams get that normal winter break out of it all after a very busy schedule, at least when it comes to how quickly and closely these races were run. All in all, I'm obviously very happy with the news today. Well, in terms of the races added, although it is a shame that we won't be seeing any racing in the Americas. And this year's calendar is shaping up to be one of the best. So many of us have been screaming for a move away from those Tilke tracks, and that's what we are seeing this year. Of course, this may only be a one-off, but let's just enjoy it while we can. That is it for this video though, but you can let me know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments section. Are you as happy as I am to see these tracks added to the calendar? And which other tracks do you expect to see added before the end of the year? Now, I will be back tomorrow with the 100k livestream special, but in the meantime, don't forget that you can of course follow me over on social media, and all of the links you need for that are in the description down below. But as ever, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will catch you again in the next one. Bye bye.